York Comic Con before?
Yes, this is part of the 10th year that we've been going to conventions in New York. I think he was here at the last one as well.
Yeah? So what's the best thing you've seen so far here?
The Steve Sansweet presentation is probably the best, talking about the 10 years of Star Wars since the prequels.
Okay. And like, what are you most looking forward to now that you've seen, part of the show and the floor and stuff?
We're really excited about the cartoon going forward and remaining pretty intelligent, and hopefully a new live-action series in 3 years.
Oh, that's great.
So that's really what everybody's really jazzed about, and they're going to be discussing a little more of that today at the con.
Okay, very cool.
Yes, this is my second year.
Yeah? What's the best thing you've seen so far?
So people, like, it gets bigger. I've been told that I've only been for 2 years. Last year wasn't as big as it is.
Okay.
Yes, I've been here the last 3 years prior to this that they've been here in New York.
Okay, very cool. What's the best thing you've seen so far today?
The people.
Yeah?
The people are the best thing that you could ever see. Anybody who's dressed up who comes in and...
Are you stressed out about Red Skull at all?
No, not lately. I've been on my little vacation, so...
Are you on your A game?
Yeah.
Okay, so good share.
Best thing so far, not getting into the Joss Whedon panel just yet, was probably the Warner Brothers Watchmen panel yesterday. I'm a really big fan of Watchmen, so that was a lot of fun to meet Dave Gibbons and kind of see the new footage and everything coming out for that.
So now that you're part of the ELE, do you have any more issues or do you have any plans coming?
Nothing I can talk about on camera, but some big stuff coming up.
Who watches The Watchmen?
I do.
Who watches The Watchmen?
Certainly not I. I do not have a spy satellite in the air. I do not know where that rumor came from. Not me, that's for sure.
So what's the best thing you've seen so far?
Scantily clad women.
All right, I agree with that one. So what are you most excited to see?
Scantily clad women.
Touche. Best thing on TV right now?
Scantily clad women.
All right, I see a pattern. So have you been to Comic-Con before?
No, it's my first one.
So what do you think of it so far?
It's huge. I didn't think there would be this many people here. Let's see, my best thing I've seen. I got drawn by a guy. That was cool. He drew me as Supergirl.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. What's like the most excited thing that you've seen so far?
The people. Well, I was in a group.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in a group earlier, but I pretty much lost them. And the most exciting thing was people were queuing up to photograph me.
Have you guys written the finale of the season?
It's being written.
I'm supposed to be writing that book.
Exactly, right now. Chris should be working.
And
I should be, yeah.
Is it being written where, because you guys aren't, I assume, aren't going to find out if you're picked up until after. So is it going to be written that will leave fans happy, cliffhanger-wise, or?
Yeah, we are not writing it as if it's a series finale at all. It's actually what they call in the TV business a game changer of an ending. So it's pretty mind-blowing. It's going to be really fun. It's something we've been talking about for like 2 years now. And it's going to launch the show in a really exciting, very different kind of direction next year.
We knew about this ending, so we kind of designed the entire season kind of heading toward it. So, yeah, no, we're really excited, and it pretty much just propels us into season 3.
What was the process like filming Chuck versus the Third Dimension? Like doing like a 3D, like you guys just do a standard 3D setup, or was it like a different process, or?
Yeah, it was an entirely different process. We usually shoot Chuck on 60mm film. And for 3D, we had to bring in actually 3D cameras to shoot the show through a company called 3Reality. And these are the same cameras they use to shoot features, 3D features. And so our camera crew was essentially operating an entirely new setup. The cool thing about it was that usually on a film set, there's the video village and the director's kind of watching the video monitors. On a 3D set, you actually have a large flat-screen television set, and you wear the polarized glasses. And you're like watching everything in 3D, and it's very strange. It's like a window. Because when we broadcast, we had to use the anaglyph process. But for in the future, the polarized lenses are just an amazing way. It's like looking into a window. There was a lot of us just gawking at our own set and our own actresses and our own actors, almost to the extent that they were right there trying to work, and it was just like people would just come over and just like start looking into the window. It was fantastic.
And then we-
I'm just going to add my 2 cents. It was
Yeah.
a little harder because the cameras would make noises in the middle of the scene. I don't know, were you guys ever there for
They
that?
were.
They would literally just go in the middle of the scene.
That was
There
actually
was
Zach.
nothing- there was nothing you could do about
That
it.
was Zach's
except-
robotic part.
Yeah.
Have you worked out?
Questions from some of our listeners.
Sure.
Heroes or Lost?
Definitely Lost for me.
Heroes, I guess, is good, so I would go with.
As it kind of switches depending on what's happening in the story arc at the moment, but as of right now, Lost has got a couple point margin on Heroes.
Heroes.
Lost.
Lost.
Lost. I like the idea of scientific experiments conducted on a secret island.
How's the world of Cobra La right now? Everything's okay, or
I'm afraid I do not know this Cobra La. It does not exist.
no?
No. We are all human beings. There is no such thing as serpent men. This is a myth fabricated by the liberal media. It does not exist.
Destro, how's the man behind the mask?
You have a saying, what stays behind the mask, I'm going to leave it behind the mask.
Okay.
All right? If he wants to run around with a sweaty chest, bare open, jewelry, I'm not going to complain.
Okay. When you eat Skittles, do you taste the rainbow?
Yes, I do. The rainbow is 2 flavors.
Oh, wonderful. Have you seen Mario? Has he given you any problems lately?
He keeps can't find a princess. I have to tell him where to go.
It's difficult. It's difficult. He's losing everything all the time. He's very forgetful.
Okay, we're here with Daniel Day Kim, who plays character Jen on Lost. Now, we knew from a previous interview that you knew that you were alive at the end of season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Was it difficult to keep that secret?
Yes, because a lot of people were asking. At the same time, it was kind of fun, to have a little knowledge that the fans didn't, and I just knew to keep my head down, keep working, and let Carlton and Damon do their thing.
Was there any kind of slips that you almost made, like you almost told someone by accident?
No, but when I told my son, he was really excited.
The season's already seen so many twists and turns. What can you tell us about the rest of the season that's been filmed so far?
I can tell you that, kind of the frenetic pace of the first couple of episodes changes a little bit. It kind of settles into a slower rhythm. And I think, for those people who thought that the show was overly complicated in the beginning, I think they'll be happy to see that.
What do you feel is the most difficult scene that you've had to shoot? Either, most physically taxing, things like that?
There have been a lot. I think working on the boat, on the raft, was really taxing because we were working nights and we were on some choppy waters, and I've since found out there were sharks around. Those conditions were pretty difficult. But it's a physically demanding show because we're outdoors a lot, and most of the actors do their own stunts. So, and if you've noticed this season, we've got a lot more explosions, a lot more action. So it definitely takes its toll.
Is it difficult playing the role of someone whose primary dialect is Korean and then learning English?
It's been a challenge that I've never had to face before, but a good one. I think kind of relearning how one listens and focusing on body language as an actor is really helpful. A helpful reminder to listen with your whole body.
How involved do you get with the fan community? Do you check out fan websites, podcasts?
I used to. When the show first started, because I'm kind of, I get fanboy myself about certain things, and I've never posted, but I would read a lot. But I realized that after the first season, or even in the middle of the first season, that, fans are so vocal and there's so many disparate viewpoints that I needed to focus on what I needed to do and how I needed to go about doing it, and I wanted to make sure that there weren't too many voices inside my head.
As far as the overall story goes, what's like the craziest theory that you've heard?
That we were on an alien spaceship and floating, going through space, and we were not on the planet at all.